What is going on, guys? It is WrestleMania here back with some more news. Join us now as we look at the wildest news stories and rumors you need to know, including has a WWE star been released, Roman Reigns' return revealed, Brock Lesnar can't be canceled, backstage reaction to Brock Lesnar's return, Karrion Kross offered a new WWE contract, Jelly Roll wanted to lose at Summerslam, the next Stonehole revealed, and much more. WWE Star Released? Our first story looks at whether a WWE star has been released. Our top story today examines the recent rumors that Austin Theory may have been released. Yesterday on social media, there was a ton of discourse focused on Theory, and rumors were circulating that he may have been released by WWE. It was reported by PW Insider Elite that Theory had been removed from the active roster, which is usually done for injured talents or talents with limited dates. For those who have asked about Austin Theory, WWE sources have confirmed he has been removed from the company's active roster internally. He's been shifted to the company's miscellaneous section where injured talent and those with special statuses like John Cena and Titus O'Neil, for example, reside. There's been references made to Theory being injured on WWE programming, but the nature of the issue is not currently known. A Fightful select will then follow up with this report, and according to the reputable site, Theory isn't off the roster completely. On August 6th, a number of places aggregated a PW Inside release story indicating that Austin Theory was removed from the WWE roster internally. Fightful reached out to the people in the company, and some clarification was provided. Theory isn't off the roster completely. Instead, he's listed with the other injured talent like Zoe Stark and Ilya Dragunov. These two reports should hopefully put the rumors to bed, but fans are somewhat justified in worrying for Theory's future. Theory has been dramatically moved down the card in recent years, and with him being off TV, it was always going to be a concern that the former U.S. champion would have been released on WWE television. It's been explained by Theory's old partner, Grayson Waller, that Theory is out of action with an injury. Based on Theory being removed from the active roster, this seems to be totally legitimate. Whilst WWE could of course be pulling another Seth Rollins-style storyline, Rollins was never officially pulled from the active roster. So, it doesn't look like this is what's occurring here. Next up, Roman Reigns' return revealed. Now, it was reported yesterday that Roman Reigns could be out of action for some time. It was claimed that Reigns was written off WWE television this week, so he could film a movie, and that he wouldn't be back on our screens for the foreseeable future. However, it looks like this isn't the case. WWE have officially announced Reigns for an upcoming edition of Monday Night Raw, specifically the August 18th Raw. There's now speculation that Reigns could be working Clash in Paris at the end of the month. Now, as things stand, the August 18th Raw is the only edition of Raw that Reigns is working before the PLE, but it's entirely possible that he appears at other shows as a surprise. If Reigns does work Clash in Paris, it's not exactly clear who will face. There's been popular suggestions ranging from a singles match with Bronson Reed to Reigns being involved in the world title scene and delivering a fatal four-way between Reigns, Seth Rollins, LA Knight, and CM Punk. Which one would slap? The Triple H wanted Brock Lesnar home. Hardest though? Next up, Triple H wanted Brock Lesnar at home. Brock Lesnar was a hot topic yesterday as WWE names ranging from Triple H to Cody Rhodes spoke to media regarding the new deal with ESPN. Lesnar was brought up in virtually all major interviews yesterday, and yet again WWE sent weird mixed messages when it came to Lesnar's return. Head of WWE Creative Triple H was the first to address Lesnar's return, and he stated that he and WWE hit Lesnar up to bring him home. So, we're thrilled to have the Beast back. We hit him up and said, time to come home. And he was into it, and here we are. A massive, massive moment for our WWE fans. Something that they thought they wouldn't get to see and making a statement, as you're watching right now with John Cena. Huge, and we're thrilled to have him back. This contradicts what the game said at SummerSlam as he heavily implied that John Cena wanted Lesnar to return to the company. A Cody Rhodes would then be asked about Lesnar on SportsCenter, and Rhodes didn't delve into specifics, but he stated that Lesnar merges both sports and entertainment when it comes to WWE. Next up, Brock Lesnar signs Brock Lesnar signs new WWE deal. A Paul Heyman who's never held back had a rather blunt stance on Lesnar returning during his interview with Ariel Helwani. And this is when Heyman stated that fans simply won't be able to cancel the former WWE champion. Whatever that decision is based on, I respect it. If there are critics of it, get over it. He's here. He's going to be here, and you ain't going to be able to cancel him. I'm happy to have him back because the audience is happy to have him back. If we brought him back and the audience rebelled against it, I wouldn't be happy to have him back. Like, oh man, this doesn't work. But it works. I'm so happy about it. Heyman would then confirm that Lesnar returning only came together a few weeks ago before stating that he's likely inked a new deal with WWE. Well, he wasn't coming back on speculation. He is Brock Lesnar. No. What I mean by that is like, did he need a deal to come back? What do you mean by deals? Well, he wasn't coming back on speculation. He's Brock Lesnar. I'm sure there's a new deal involved. It's yet to be revealed what exactly Lesnar's new deal will include, but it's likely that the deal is similar to the contracts he signed since 2012. The deal will no doubt see Lesnar work limited dates, yet appear on all major shows, such as the Royal Rumble, WrestleMania, and SummerSlam. But what was the reaction? Backstage reaction to Brock Lesnar's return. Backstage to Brock Lesnar's return, and now that Lesnar is back in WWE, there's naturally going to be a mixed response from those backstage, especially with Lesnar's involvement in the Janelle Grant lawsuit. According to Fightful Select's Q&A, there are mixed emotions backstage, but it's unlikely that anyone will walk out of the company in protest. Very mixed emotions. Not everyone is sweeping it under the rug, but if you're asking if people are actively going to walk out of the company, I don't see it happening. It's probable that most of the locker room didn't even know that Lesnar was returning, especially with how private WWE kept his return. And this was one of the only comebacks in recent memory that didn't happen to leak online. Next up, Paul Heyman involved in. Paul Heyman involved in WWE Creative. Now, it's often been claimed that Paul Heyman is heavily involved in WWE Creative when it comes to names such as Roman Reigns. However, Heyman has now confirmed during his interview with Ariel Helwani that he's not involved in the Talk Creative anymore. Heyman declared that he will be present for big meetings when it comes to shows such as the Royal Rumble or WrestleMania. But weekly meetings are left to the full-time writing staff. Next Stone Cold revealed? Next up, do we have the next Stone Cold? Now, speaking of Paul Heyman on Ariel Helwani's show, he was pressed when it came to WWE's recent booking of Karrion Kross. Heyman had a fascinating perspective on the situation, and according to Heyman, the rise of Kross has come organically and the audience are making him a star rather than the company. Yeah, it's working. Yeah, it's organic. By the way, I'm not hating on it. It's fun. I like him. I'm rooting for him. It's just fun to see these things are like, the audience is calling for him to be a bigger star. And if we don't deliver on a timid, that an impatient audience, an impassioned audience is going to like, they're going to get behind him even more, which is great. They're making him a star. We're not shoving him and scarlet down anybody's throat. The audience itself making him a star, and indeed perhaps a top star, and he's talented enough. And so is she to carry it. Heyman would boldly go on to compare Kross to the legendary Stone Cold Steve Austin. It reminds me of someone else, by the way, that was in WWE, that the audience felt this is our guy. We like this act. We like him to be a bigger star. Why aren't you making him a bigger star? Damn it, make him a bigger star. We're going to chant his name. We're going to bring his signs. We're going to buy his t-shirts. We're going to demand that you make him a bigger star. That guy's name was Steve Austin. That's refreshing to hear Heyman saying such positive things when it comes to Kross, especially after SummerSlam weekend, which saw Triple H outright ignoring positive chants from a former NXT champion. But has Karrion Kross been? Karrion Kross offered a new WWE contract. It's well documented that Karrion Kross's WWE deal is set to expire this weekend. However, it looks like WWE have finally acted and offered Kross and Scarlett new contracts. This news comes from the Wrestling Observer Radio, who had this to say when it comes to Kross's WWE status. I was told a story about him not being signed to a contract. I heard that is legit, but that he did get an offer. Maybe when the story that he didn't get an offer was written, it was accurate. but I was told he was got an offer, and I don't expect him going anywhere. They then compared the ongoing situation to R-Truth, released early this summer. It's almost like the way this whole thing went down. I was thinking like the Truth thing, and it did so well that it's like maybe we can work everyone with another R-Truth story. They're going to work and work and work because they think that's the deal, the surprise. People got mad for me even suggesting this, but the amount of distrust that will be there 6 months from now is going to be pretty damn high. There's no news on whether Kross will resign with the company, but as they've stated, it would make sense to use this for a storyline, especially with Kross's issues with WWE being public knowledge. Next up, a WWE Legend shoots on Gunther. Legend shoots on Gunther. A Gunther has had legends, such as The Undertaker and Goldberg, sing his praises. Yet, WWE Hall of Famer Bret Hart isn't the biggest fan of his work. According to the wrestling great on the Masked Man show, he hates Gunther's in-ring style, labeling it as dangerous and ineffective. The best wrestling has to pretend to be real. That's what I did. Contrary to that Gunther guy who seems like a nice enough guy when I met him, I hate wrestlers that hurt each other on purpose. And I've told him this to his face. It's like when you're hurting somebody for real, you're unprofessional. Now, whilst Gunther's in-ring style isn't for everyone, it's worth noting that he's never been criticized by anyone he's worked with for being dangerous or reckless. Yes, his in-ring work is stiff, but it's pro wrestling after all. And the appeal of Gunther is that his in-ring work looks legitimate and credible. And finally, Jelly Roll wanted to lose at SummerSlam. Jelly Roll wanted to lose at SummerSlam. Now, final story today takes a look at the new revelation from Jelly Roll as a singer has exposed some behind-the-scenes information from SummerSlam. Roll appeared on Cody Rhodes's What Do You Want to Talk About podcast, and Roll revealed that he directly told Triple H that he wanted to lose at SummerSlam. He noted that celebrities never come into the company and take an L, and if he loses, he gives them a logical reason in the world of kayfabe to come back and seek redemption. This is incredibly refreshing to hear, and Roll evidently has a ton of praise for the world of pro wrestling. There's a similar mindset, that of Mike Tyson. Tyson was always of the belief that celebrities, even if they are sports people, should not be able to defeat a pro wrestler in their own field. It was reported back in 2008 that Tyson was livid that Floyd Mayweather defeated Big Show at WrestleMania 24. And he reportedly compared it to someone walking into the boxing ring and magically being able to beat him in a fight.